Hello everyone, my name is Xingning Gao and I will be introducing Flipped Classroom in this video. The rise of Flipped Classroom is driven by two movements, technological movement and free software movement. The former overcomes the physical barriers for information to be open and free, and the latter removes artificial man-made barriers. After these two movements, Flipped Classroom now have the condition to flourish. In Flipped Classroom, traditional in-person lectures will be delivered through pre-recorded video before classes, and students will spend class time to solve problems and do practices, which used to happen after school. So, a simple way to define Flipped Classroom is a reordering of classroom and at-home activities. However, in reality, it is more than that. It is an expansion of curriculum, which must include interactive group learning activities inside the classroom, and direct computer-based individual instruction outside the classroom. In the article, Bishop and Villiger conclude 5 theoretical frameworks for Flipped Classroom that mainly focus on discussing why not using class time to deliver lectures. They are unique learning styles, which suggest that corresponding learning experience is needed, peer-assisted learning, cooperative learning, problem-based learning, and active learning, which emphasizes the importance of student-centered learning and shows that we cannot only rely on technology. In these frameworks, problem-based learning is shown to have an overall negative effect, thus needing to be carefully examined when integrating. For the topic of Flipped Classroom, my reaction towards it is mainly some concerns and possible barriers. First, I think Flipped Classroom might only be effective for those students who are already self-motivated. Assigning video lectures for students to watch at home, lack of monitoring and in-person regulation from teachers. If students are not motivated or paying attention, no one can notice and remind them, and we cannot assume all parents will take over the job. Students may only play the video without really watching or getting distracted by other things while watching, like the picture on the left. Second, if teachers are not good at technology and media using, the pre-recorded lectures, web pages, and instructions can be messy and hard to navigate. At last, the shallowest problem is the access gaps of technology between students, which will disturb some students' learning opportunities if they don't have access to stable internet, electronic devices, or private spaces. Here are some potential solutions to my concerns. Schools can provide classrooms, electronic devices, and appropriate monitoring, like assigning a teacher in the classroom. This way, students who don't have access to needed equipment can stay at school to watch online lectures. At the same time, teachers can provide some regulation and help if students are not paying attention or have problems. Also, before starting Flipped Classroom, schools should train teachers how to use technology to deliver their lectures and contents. Today, younger generation is generally better at technology, so teachers may be the ones who really need help. Since poorly organized lectures may cause low motivation for watching and learning, it is important to make sure teachers are well trained for necessary skills in technology and media using. I believe there are other aspects that I did not mention, but this is all I have for now. Thank you for listening.